Welcome back, anglers. I'm the Survivalist, and we return to Call of the Wild the Angler, where today we're going to be starting on trying to tackle some of the silver challenges for the Emerald Plateau area. So we've got things like catch a silver rank lake trout, catch a silver rank rainbow trout, which we'll actually probably start with that one, and then I'm sure I've got a few others down here as well. Yeah, like the Plateau Map Challenge. Actually, that's not really dialed that far off, so I could even try hitting that one too. But let me just see. Okay, well, we'll be starting over here for that rainbow trout. And truth be told, I mean, the vehicle call station is actually on this side, but we're probably going to be there closer on foot than when we grab the vehicle. But yeah, we'll try a few of these around. I'm guessing the Emerald Plateau stuff will probably go pretty quickly. We did pick up the tackle box expansion, so I was able to get a few more things tossed into that, which should help in some regards. And we were actually already catching silver rank rainbow trouts when we were trying for the, I think it was the bronze rank golden trout, actually. So we shouldn't have any problems catching this species of fish we need, and I think that's going to be the case for a lot of the others. But with the tackle box expansion got, we'll focus on the next thing past this being to get a, let me see the map again. Okay, that's just off this little path on the right here. With having the tackle box expansion gotten, we'll turn our focus to aiming for the better gear, like stronger rod, reel, line, etc. like that for the next purchases. It'll probably be a while until we can afford anything, but we might as well we at least have that goal as our next one.
You're making good headway on those hawkweed. This piece of work is aggressive like a mad dog and just as persistent when they get the teeth in. Quarter down, keep it running, buckaroo.
Okay, so here we are. This is the little lake in question. Now I just need to figure out the setup for this. I think I'll probably do float fishing for the rainbow trouts. I think that's what we were having our most success with. We were landing them the other time. Now I just need to check and see what we got set up right now. A 5 might be a little big, so I think I'll start with a 6. And maybe we'll try the redworm. Just because I know there were quite a few species of fish that seemed to be interested in the redworm before. So we'll just try our luck, see if we can get what we're after, and then we can move on to some of the other challenges around the area. I feel like the Emerald Plateau is probably one of the most confined regions on the map. It seems like Silver Strand has a fair area it encompasses, along with the Ruby River Range and the I'm trying to remember what the first outpost is called. Like, something Diamond, or yeah, I can't remember what the first outpost is, but Emerald Plateau kind of feels like it is just this little contained area on the map where everything is all around the same water bodies. So it's easy to work back and forth between all of the objectives without having to do too much travel. But while that's sitting, let me actually check and see what the rainbow trout like most. Because those, oh, there it is. Spinner, pearl barley, and dough. So nothing actually of what I've got on right now. So I'll leave it. Should I leave it sit or should I just bring it right back in? I'll leave it sit a moment or two, and then if nothing does strike it at all, I will pull it in, and we'll swap out the bait for one of those that it should be more inclined to go for. Because truth be told, I don't know if we will get anything from these, or the hook size might be a bit too big. It always is just kind of tinker and toy around with what it lists for options, and maybe you'll get it. But with nothing so far, I am inclined to pull this back. And we'll switch this out for... yeah, we'll try a bit of pearl barley. And you know what? I guess we'll just try at the default depth, or right towards the surface, and see. Hopefully with the right bait on, we'll get a little bit of better luck with anything going for it. I don't know if I should try again to the other side, where there's a little bit of the foliage there. So I'm trying to remember where we kind of were catching the rainbow trouts when we were trying for the golden before. I think it was they seemed to be hanging around more of, like, the plant life and that the water had. So I'll give it a couple of moments and see if nothing does strike, then we'll pull it back out, and we'll see about going to somewhere, like, trying for the far shore there, or see if there's anything along this shore that could act like a shelter or something. I could even decrease the size of the hook as well, and once we can catch, like, say, maybe a bronze sizing, then we know we can start stepping up the hook size from that. But it's until you get any sort of activity, it's basically just shooting in the dark till you wing off something. Yeah, see, with no interest again, I'm thinking I'll probably pull it in. What is the hook size I've got right now? 6? I think I'll go up to a 5 and see. 5, and we'll go for the doe. Okay, look. Oh, here's probably what I got it. Okay, actually, truth be told, that little plant there makes me think we can report that. Let me just check and see if that is the case. Yeah. It just seems so out of place with it being on its own.
One of those plants you saw produces 2 million seeds a year, popping out that blight like filthy rabbits. Maybe this one's a job for the burner. You're 3/4 through, Buckaroo, and doing swell.
Yeah, so we'll try over here where there's a little bit of plant life in that. We'll just... That's all we can really do is just see what it lists for what the baits are, try them in the water, and hope something comes along that we're after. But once we got this done, there is the one for the lake trout. The only thing is, I don't know if I have the right hook size for a lake trout, because those you actually need to go really big for hook sizes, just even to catch like their bronze levels. I think you need to go like hook size of 5 or even 4. So they are one I don't know how well our equipment will handle the weight of one, but we should have the right means of trying to catch one with the bottom feeding line. Yeah, see, there's bubbling all around, but nothing seems drawn to what we've got here. But, again, just leave it for a little bit of time and see if anything does show interest. I'm kind of curious, what bait was I using when it came to the golden trout? Spoon cheese marshmallow. I might have to try one of those, because, like, again, it was weird that everything I was trying for the golden trout, I was catching cutthroats and rainbow. So maybe it is something where maybe one of those baits actually has better luck. But it is making me think that maybe I should look at pulling this in and trying something else again. I tried going a hook size bigger. Let me see about trying for a hook size smaller. Let me go to an 8. And you know what? Let me try with the cheese. Yeah, we'll just toss it into the bid here. And see if... Look, well, actually, truth be told, I can't even see where the float is and all that. So we'll just have to wait and see by feel if anything does go for it. But again, it all comes down to that kind of feeling of just having to figure out what the right configuration is. And unfortunately, unlike when we were going for the golden trout, where we don't seem to have any interest from any other species. I don't know if it is a thing where, like, once you have a challenge kind of opened up for a specific area. It kind of changes what fish you'll more naturally find there. Because I remember that was something that happened with the angler before, like, this series, and I was doing right when it first released. Was that, in particular, there was, I think it was to catch a diamond rank largemouth bass. You'd go out to the middle of the lake, and you would try fishing there, and it seemed like the only thing you would catch would be gold ranks, or you got lucky with the diamond. But as soon as you caught the diamond, the entire population of the where you were fishing almost like changed back to what it normally is or reverted. I don't know if that is still like a thing where depending on if a challenge is active in an area, it might change up how the fish are for it or not. But maybe... okay. I might have to try spinning here. Let's see, I've got a 7, an 8, and a 9. So you know what, I'll go for the 7. If it's going to strike on anything with a silver rank... it'd probably strike on this as our largest hook size. And at least this way, instead of just sitting watching a float that does nothing, I'm at least a little more active in holding a button down and watching it come in. So again, we'll just try a few casts out with this, see if anything does strike it. And I am kind of tempted, after we do get our initial strike, if I should just keep it the same configuration and see if the activity changes once the challenge is completed. Is that something I've always been talking about and saying a few times, but I've never actually, like, shown evidence or tried proving that. So instead of, like, just going that route, I think I will try that if we can get what we're after here. Yeah, I'll just slow down the retrieval speed and see. There's something. Took a little bit, but hopefully it's what we're after. Let's do that. Ooh, I don't know if it's a rainbow. It might be a cutthroat, but we'll have to see. No, it's actually a silver golden trout. Okay, but we'll toss you back in. You're still a nice catch to get. And I'm going to keep trying kind of towards that direction where we cast out. Because we at least saw that something is interested in what we're using. It's not the species we're after quite yet, but we'll see if maybe that's just luck of the draw of what we got. Yeah, nothing went for that cast. No, we'll try and keep going. Oh, there's something interested swimming up for it. It might be another golden trout, but I'd rather take any fish than no fish at all. Yeah, looks like another golden. Okay, but we'll send you back out. And we'll try another couple of casts. It might be I need to look at a hook size of 6. Oh. Okay, that happened a lot faster than I was expecting. Let's see what we got. Well, whatever it is, it's not that big, so it might be another golden trout. So yeah, there's not really much of a fight being put up here. No, cutthroat this time, but only a bronze. And I'll try one more cast out. And if it is just another golden or a cutthroat, and I will try changing this up to a hook size 6. And go back to figuring out one of the baits to work with. Oh, there's somebody speeding for it. Fair bit of weight on the line now. Or, well, there was initially. Kind of seemed like that faded off, though. And just another cutthroat. Okay, so we know silver's producing, or 7 is producing all right, so I think we do want a hook size of 6 as our next attempt. And I think I'm going to go for... I'm going to work with the pearl barley. It is the one listed right after the spinner for, like, what they should go for is, like, the baits to use. And we'll see if maybe I'm getting it too high, if it's too close to the surface, what I'm after. But watch, I'll do this, and all the activity that was going after it is going to just completely stop, and the water's dead. I should take a quick look at the traits, too. I don't think there's that... Okay, yeah, easily spooked, jumper, last stand, and sun lover. Okay. I'm surprised I had the easily spooked aspect. So I wonder if that's the case, if maybe I should be trying to, use the bottom feeding setup instead. Again, we'll try a few casts with this, see if anything does go for it, and then I will switch to the bottom feeding. But it can feel like night and day at times for, like, just changing the configuration and how much you suddenly cut off from what you were seeing. Like, I can hear fish jumping around us, but what we're after doesn't want to make an appearance. I don't know if the idea is to just leave any line you cast in sitting for a lot longer, or if it is, the bait has to be switched out. So I'll leave it sitting for a little bit longer, and then I will try a bottom feeding setup and just see if that produces any better luck. Okay. Because again, like, I could spend an entire episode just sitting like this, waiting, but there's never a guarantee that we'll actually get a strike for the setup right now. Yeah, I'm kind of leaning we'll bring this back in now, and I'll try bottom feeding. It might be that maybe that is what the easily spooked trait is kind of like an indication for, is... we'll do foundation, that. I'll keep the hook size of 6 to see. And I'll go for the pearl barley. And we'll just wait and see if anything does go for this. What I may even do is just leave this for like the rest of the episode sitting for 5 minutes and see if anything does ever strike it. Because truth be told, when you do look into the handbook, the traits do give you a little bit of information, but it's also not stuff that you can super work with either. Like, Sun Lover would make me think that they'd be more towards the surface. Last Stand and Jumper just kind of means, like, they'll put up fights. But Easily Spooked, I don't know if there is, like, a certain type of fishing that would work better for it, or it basically just means don't touch the water when you're trying to fish for them. Well, truth be told, I think that would be, like, most of the case for any fish, is just don't disturb the water. Yeah, we'll keep a view like this as we just wait out and see if anything does happen to strike it or not. It's just the long waiting game if anything is going to go by. I am kind of tempted just to check and see what all the fully listed baits are for it. Because I don't know if it would be a thing where... See, it's not alphabetically ordered for the baits listed for them when you, like, look at this. And yeah, it goes spinner, pearl barley, dough, a few of those other things, variety of habitats. Knowing anything they can capture. So it sounds like they're pretty predatory. I wonder if I should have done something like tried with this. Maybe the spinner for the... like spin fishing would have worked, but if I tried twitching instead of just the regular, like just constantly reeling in. Again, it's what ifs and just going through, like, talking like that. Doesn't really mean it'll amount to anything, all the speculating, but it gives me something to ramble on about while we wait for any possible activity. But yeah, I'm going to be patient and just leave this sitting for a few more minutes and see if anything does really show interest or not. It is the case where I can just... Again, I feel like I should have like a certain amount of time I leave anything like a float or bottom feeding setup in for. I feel like 3 minutes would probably be enough time to say if something is going to go after it, it would have. And if it goes beyond that, it's just a diminishing return and, like, kind of wasting the time of it. Because so far, this has been out there for probably getting close to 5 minutes now. I've been trying to track it a little bit with the recording software when I'm looking over to see you guys a little more proper, but... yeah, just nothing seems to be interested. No nibbles, no pokes. No ring-a-ding-dings to let you know that something is at the bait. So what I think I'll do is we'll pull this in. I'm just going to try... I'm not going to go for the spin fishing, because I don't really have the best means of that. Alright, I don't have anything for that. I'm going to go for float again. I think I'll stick with the 6. I'll try the pearl barley again, but I'm going to set the depth to right at the very surface. As shallow as can possibly go, so if it is a sun-loving species, maybe it'll be more inclined to strike something right at the very top of the water. And again, I'll leave this sitting for a couple of minutes or so before we'll end the episode. You know, like, I can see disturbances in the water and spots or that, but I don't know if I should keep just increasing the hook size until we see activity, or I should just try for a different challenge. It might be a case of maybe I'll try for one of the other baits listed in the handbook. Because I'm trying to remember what bait it was for the golden trout. I almost want to say it was marshmallow that I was using that I might have gotten some fair results from. But I can't speak off the top of my head to say that it was that or it was something else. Because I know the golden trout, I was jumping through hoops and loops and everything until just had to cast near the rocks and bingo, there you go. Okay, now that just feels like it's mocking me to see, like, all the water splash right in front of us there. Again, I'll just give it another minute. And then what I'll do is, next episode, I'll still try for this... God, I spent the entire episode here, and all I've really got to show for it were a couple of silver golden trouts and some bronze cutthroats. Meanwhile, I see fish jumping in front of my eyes. Yeah, I think I'm going to pull this in. Oh. I'm guessing that was a rainbow trout that we... Although, truth be told, that could be going for our bait. Since... Oh, yeah. There we go. Okay, I think that's a rainbow. It looked like there's, like, the kind of rainbow iridescence that they have. But, man, it seemed like it took a while before it decided to show... And it is testing our line. So this might be who we're after. Yeah, that looked like a little bit of a jump. So I've just got to wear it out and bring it in, but I think this is at least a silver rank. Yeah, we got to be ready, because once we bring it in closer, it's supposed to have, like, that last bit of vigor, so it might put more tension on the line towards the last little bits for reeling it in. But it might be the case I just have to be more patient when it comes to, I'm just going to reduce the friction a little bit, just to not have it be, like, too strong. Okay, it's coming in. No, still trying right at the tail end here. There we go. Is that our silver? Might be a... I was almost going to say that's a gold for the sizing, but no, that's still a silver. So they can get even bigger than that. Okay, I'll cast... We'll release that. There's that challenge completed. I kind of feel like for the start of next episode, I just want to see if I cast this back out, if I have, like, more consistent results or action from, like, this setup. Just to see about, like, making my claims put to a test. But thank you all very much for joining me on this episode called Wild the Angler. If you did like the video, be sure to give a like. And if you have any comments, tips, or tricks, be sure in the comments right down below. Until I see you all next video or episode, anglers and survivors, please remember, as always, to take care, stay alive, and happy angling.